up, everybody? Alrighty, here we are. So, we are going to bring some news today. Now, there has been a shakeup in the channel here recently, and things happen. This is what it is. When you're working this angle of YouTube, you will have instances to where your channel will have to make slight different changes. So, for now, it's just going to be me in the videos for a little bit. And then we're just going to talk, and I hope everybody's okay with that. So, I'm going to bring the news, and after a few weeks go by, we'll change up a little bit. We've had, like I say, a few little things in the background take place. So, anyhow, so what we've got here, we've got several things going on, and I'm gonna do some code words, and I'll, and to be honest with you, if you could just bear with me a little bit, I like to link my comments and all that right now, or link my what I talk about in the videos, but a lot of these articles I'm going to read are on Gateway Pundit articles, and I'm going to sum them up really good. But right now, YouTube is watching me very closely, and in order to keep this platform up and running, I will have to sort of change just a little bit of what I do. Please bear with me with that, and I will bring you accurate information. And if I miss anything, I will make I'll make corrections, and we'll go from there. So here we go. And this is good stuff. There's in Utah, two moms file an open records request on the E-word, and when you're an electrician, you work with electrons. There's electron records that and the state lieutenant governor tips off a reporter, then it blocks them from access, and the feds are called in. And this happened in Utah. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is kind of coming about because there was a movie that came out not long ago that really did some good work in exposing some of the things that were going on in the corruption amongst officials when it came to electrical work. We'll just call it like that, so please understand my code word when I say electrical work. These two Utah moms, though, are really the mama bears, because I love the mama bears. These are the ones that are like, it's sad that we don't see actual men standing up, but these mama bears are worried about their kids. And so that's whenever their motherly instinct comes in and they realize that something has to change, and they're the ones stepping up. And I'm backing you. I've got two children. And so anyhow, records request on the last bastion for the public to find the truth and maybe some hidden agendas. Like in many Utah, two mothers had serious concerns about the electrical work that was done in 2020. Whenever everybody was going to see who they wanted to be who wanted to be the leader of the electrical grid. I hope that works. I don't know if I'm using good words or not, but it's whenever we choose our leaders every 4 years. You have this one main guy you put in every 4 years, and you go and fill in little bubbles to determine that. But these are what these Utah moms are all about. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So the Utah bureaucracy has become compromised from within up to the highest levels, with left-wing activists, strategically appointed officials shielded from electrons are doing irreparable harm. Many use the R, but their ideology, policies, and projects and vendor friends and radical factions are of the left. CTCL, the fair V word, rock the V word, the Brennan Center, Rockefeller, the VOATZ, and worse. They, by the way, Rock the Vote was Madonna back in the 90s was a big advocate of Rock the Vote. I remember that when I was reading that came into my mind. So if anybody can remember MTV from the 90s and maybe even some of the early 2000s, Rock the Vote was something that they pumped quite tremendously. And the most notable is Deirdre Henson, the lieutenant governor and Utah's top electrons official. Utah has pilot tested a dream roster in liberal projects, including ranked choice V-word, online and mobile phone V-wording, digital driver's license to appease the UN's global ID agenda, and more. The intention is to mandate these statewide. Utah was an early adopter of the ERIC and steamrolled its citizens with lefty projects ever since. Under Henderson, by the way, North Carolina, as far as I know, isn't under ERIC yet. But I had talked to an official, and his name was Pat Gannon. I live in North Carolina, so anybody in North Carolina needs to know who Pat Gannon is. I talked to this man, and he specifically said he was excited about trying to get on the ERIC system. And I informed him, are you sure about that? Do you know what it's all about? Oh, it's a wonderful system. It works so great. And then I explained to him what I knew about Eric. And this dude looked at me, or not looked at me, I'm on the phone, but I'm pretty sure if he could have looked at me, he would have looked at me. And he said, oh, you must be getting your stuff off the Gateway Pundit. That's an awful place. I was like, this guy's a Republican, by the way. Okay. Or claiming to be. So Pat Gannon, anybody in North Carolina needs to call his office and tell him what you think about him trying to get us on the Eric system. I don't know. This was a few months ago. So far as I know, we haven't got on it yet. We don't have ID for that process. We need ID here in North Carolina to complete secure and fair electrons. And by the way, so back to the article here. Utah has converted to mail-in papers, same-day RR registrations, and rampant boxes of places to put these things. They're geo-enabled electrons projects, and invasive paper trafficking are also statewide now. So, yeah, that's happening. Okay, so and check this out. And then you've also got, there was a Troy Representative Republican Troy Niels calls out the J6 committee for failing to hold Capitol Police accountable for the infamous riots that took place. And we're going to be seeing a public display of all that right now. It's pretty soon they're going to be trying to televise this, syndicated, so everybody can watch it, so they can try to make a big deal out of this. I hope nobody does. It gives them the time of day. And then let's see here. Muslim refugee, one of the two preschool teachers arrested for child cruelty after being caught on video abusing the children at a daycare center. This happened in Georgia. And the two preschool teachers were arrested earlier this month for child cruelty after being caught on video abusing children at a daycare center in Roswell, Georgia. A 40-year-old Zina Alastwani and 19-year-old Muslim refugee Soriana Briseno were both charged with cruelty to children in the first degree, according to Roswell police. A mother last Thursday checked on her son by watching live video of the classroom at Parker Chase Preschool when she witnessed a child being abused, WSB TV reported. The parents of the little boy immediately called the police after they saw one of the teachers stepping on the child's hand and the other one forcefully pushing the index finger on the child's forehead. Soriana Briseno, the Muslim refugee who's in the U.S. on asylum, was seen stepping on the child's hand and kneeing a child in the neck. I guess they pulled out a George Floyd there, didn't they? More victims have come forward with other instances of abuse, prompted new law enforcement expanding their investigation, police said. So we have several weeks of video to go back and review and make sure that there are no other instances of this kind of behavior, Roswell police said. Timothy Lupo said. Alastwani and Briseno appeared in the front of a judge Tuesday. They were prosecutors that asked they would not be granted bond. Alastwani was granted a $75,000 bond, and Briseno was not given a bond based on her asylum and immigration status. So there's a video for this, and I'm just right now, if they're really getting on me about certain things, so I'm going to have to be careful what I do. I would love to put links in my comments and descriptions, but this just have to take my word for it for right now, and we'll get through this. Elon Musk receives a firehouse of data from Twitter, responds that it's not that big. Let's see what he finds, and what it means is they Elon Musk uncovered a material breach in Twitter's financial reporting as to the SEC a few weeks ago. While Twitter has been reporting that only 5% of his accounts are bots, the real number may be 20% or higher. The horrible news for the far-left social media giant. And Twitter has been filing quarterly reports for years that say that only 5% of its accounts are bots, but the number in reality may be much higher. In this case, it means that Twitter has been lying on its financials and could be downgraded and ripe for lawsuits. When companies provide their numbers to the SEC, they are to be accurate. Any discrepancies will have to be reported and adjusted for prior periods. This is a real big deal. And Musk claims that he has based his bid on financials filed with the SEC. And so the SEC is I don't know what it stands for, but it has to do with businesses and being like they're supposed to be. So we reported on this May 17th when this was first known. This is the article I'm reading. And I did too, because I heard about it first, May 17th. Elon Musk's latest objection to the $44 billion deal he signed by Twitter. The company hasn't provided enough information that Musk lawyers allege he has made it impossible for him to get a loan, one of the few conditions that would allow the Tesla and the SpaceX company to get out of the deal. And except the argument likely won't work, on June 8th, Twitter gave Musk access to its entire firehouse, a stream of tweets, and metadata about them, and that encompasses the 500 million tweets per day, according to Washington Post. Musk replied to some of the tweets to this day. Musk replied to some tweets on this today. Live footage from the providing its raw data feed, 500 plus million. Let's see here. Anyhow, gosh, it just sucks. I'm trying to keep this channel going. Y'all bear with me. And let's see here. But we won't go anywhere. We're gonna get right. YouTube is just was doing me real good, and then I had an issue with some things, and we're just trying to get it fixed. That's all I can say. All right. Well, I will as soon as I hear more PPP news. I've got a Rumble channel. It's under my name on Rumble. I'm on Rumble. Full name, William Archibald, one word. And I will start posting some of the better content over there. It's just really hard, being the fact that it was easy because I could kind of get it all done in one place here. Trying to work all this other stuff. Anyhow, thank y'all so much. Just bear with me. We've got bigger things going, lots of stuff going on. People behind the scenes are just doing amazing work. So I want to thank everybody for that, by the way. And I want to thank all the new subscribers. And I really, really hope that y'all can stick around a little while. And we're going to get through this, and we're going to get bigger, better, faster, stronger. Thank you very much. Lots of love, and God is in control.